Hello, my Tubies, my Teletubbies. It's Sheila Truelove. I first want to start off by saying Happy New Year. It's 2021, and I wanted to say Happy New Year's first of all, and I hope you had a very, very Merry Christmas, and you enjoyed spending time with your family, even though so many people said this year their Christmas and their New Year was a little depressing because they didn't get a chance due to the COVID-19. They didn't get the chance to spend the time that they'd like to have spent with their families because of the social distancing. But anyway, I do hope your New Year's 2020 proves to be amazing for you, and it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning. My new beginning really is January 5th because January 5th is my birthday. Yay! December was a very busy year for me, so you haven't heard from me. And I've neglected my friends, because I was kind of depressed. My roommate, as you know, I had an African roommate. She was amazing. She's the best roommate anyone could ask for. Well, she got married. Yes, December 18th. She was married, and I miss her, so I went through a little depression with that, and still dealing with this family situation and the Jehovah Witness situation. It's been a little downer, Debbie the Downer for me. But Sheila Truelove, she's not going to stay down for too long. You have to bounce back. I'm in the middle of interviewing new roommates. So far, I've interviewed three, and I say, hell no, because no. I need to find someone who's a Christian. You have got to be a Christian in order to move into my home. I don't want anyone who smokes, anyone who abuses alcohol, anyone who uses drugs. And I don't want anyone who have a lot of traffic coming in and out. No, I'm not feeling any of that. But of course, I'm still in the process of interviewing roommates, and that is interesting, definitely interesting. I was a little depressed for the month of December because I had a lot going on with helping my roommate pack and prepare for her wedding, and the house was with boxes all over the place. And me being who I am with my characteristics, I need organization. And when things are not in order, I just freak out. I get depressed. It was a bit much. But like I said, I bounced back thanks to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and Jesus Christ. Now, this topic that we're going to discuss is relationship rules for 2021. And what we're not going to do or take into 2021 is sitting here and being in dysfunctional and abusive relationships with people who have clearly shown who they are. And what I want to share with you, this is from Divorce Court, and it's entitled Divorce Court, full episode, Miller vs. Tyner. And the name of this is Before Your Vows. So this is before this woman decides to marry this dude. And I want to share with you, and you listen in and give me your feedback in the comment area on what do you think? Because if this is how you're going to bring in 2021, it's sad. It's ridiculous. And the thing that freaks me out the most is, don't women realize you could find an unemployed, broke, cheating, lying, abusive dude anywhere? They're at every corner. Every corner you could find that. Why would you want to subject yourself or have a tie your ankles, if you will, to something like this? Anyway, listen in and please give me your viewpoint, because this is ridiculous. And considering you are my Tubies and my Teletubbies, this is what we're not going to take into 2021. Listen in.
Doesn't change, I think I'm going to have to walk away, and it's not going to be an engagement.
If Ramon doesn't change, then I'm going to go ahead and leave him.
Divorce court is now in session. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Raymond Miller and Rita Tyner. You two want to get married, but you have a few issues and you can't decide if you should. So you came here, you took my compatibility test, gave me your license with permission to tear it up. Should I think your union is ill-advised? Mr. Miller, I'm going to start with you. Tell me how you two got to know each other and why you're considering getting married.
Well, we met in Detroit. We're now living in Vegas. We're originally from Detroit, Michigan. I met her through a mutual friend of mine's. He introduced us. He gave her my number, and she gave me a call, and we just started talking. We hit it off pretty good in the beginning of the relationship. Everything went pretty much smooth. And as we goes on into the relationship, 6 months of dating, she asked me to move in with her. So I moved in with her, and then we started getting together. Everything started going pretty good. After that, then after I moved in with her, everything just started going bad. One of the biggest problems is just the dishonesty, the trust issues, and just a lot of lying going on.
Oh, okay.
There's one thing that happened in Detroit, Michigan when we were staying there. She told me that she wanted to go and make a few dollars. One of her family members had offered to, told her to come out of town. I need you to make a few dollars. So she told me, I said, okay, well, you're going to make some money. That's cool. We need that. We need help. You know what I'm saying? So I finds out Miss Rita is not out of town. I'm calling her phone, and on the third day, I finally get a response from Miss Rita, and she tells me, well, I didn't go out of town. I wound up staying here and spending the night at a friend's house.
Okay, hang on. First of all, Miss Tyner,
Yes.
I want to just 6 months. You know him well enough to move in. You have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have 4 children.
What was happening in 6 months? You felt like it was cool to move him in that house.
I never felt this way about anybody else, and I thought it would be a good match for us. He was working 2 jobs at the time. I was working. We was doing everything we can.
He was working 2 jobs at the time?
At the time.
Oh, at the time.
Exactly.
Trouble now.
Yeah, you notice what Judge Toller says? Yeah, he was working 2 jobs at the time. And my question is, I don't know why there's so many women who are so quick to move men in that they hardly know when they have kids. And I'm talking about kids who can't speak up for themselves. You got 2 years old. She got 4 children. The age ranges between 2 and 4 years old. Now, if you have children who are like 18, or kids who are who are equipped, who have their mouth as a weapon, then whatever. But I don't understand that. You have so many of these women these days that it seems like they make these quick and foolish decisions, and I'm trying to figure that out. I just don't understand. And what we're not going to bring into 2021 is being desperados and thirsty, and it's just, I don't understand how you could even think to jeopardize your children this way. Anyway, let's continue.
Right. Let me ask you this. He told me about an instance where you said you left town to get some money, but you really stayed in town. What happened?
Because a month after he moved in, he lost both his jobs. So I was very upset with him, and I needed a break, basically.
Now, isn't that funny? I mean, it's real funny because he had 2 jobs when she met him, but the moment she moved him in, just a month later, he lost 2 jobs. He didn't lose those jobs. He quit those jobs. That's why I tell you, tubies, in 2021, you have to look at resumes to see how long have these people been on these jobs. And if they've been on their jobs for less than 7 years, like, I like people who have state jobs. That's my preference, because I told you I've been out here dating too. I don't hate men. I don't hate them. I enjoy them very much. They can be very entertaining, and some of them, very few, but you can find who can hold an intelligent adult conversation. But it's just funny how she thought that he would be able to help with some of the bills, but then just a month later, he loses both his jobs. How ironic is that? and we're still here in divorce court before your vows. This is before you're going to marry him. He's cheating constantly, and you still have to sit here and think and consider before you marry him. That should be a what? The first time a man puts his hand on you, to be going forward 2021, the first time he cheats on you, the first time a man puts his hand on you, that should be the last time. You know? Because sitting here in these dysfunctional and these abusive relationships, when people show you who they are, believe it.
So why the lie, though?
Well, because he's very controlling. If every time I make any move, he wants to be with me. I can't go anywhere without him. So I have to make up a lie so I can get away for a minute.
Okay, we're gonna get back to controlling. What's your primary concern with Mr. Miller?
My concern with Mr. Miller is every time that he has an issue with me or anything, he wants to get on the internet, talk to females, talk about meeting up. For example, just 2 weeks ago, I looked through his phone and he's trying to meet up with a lady. They talk about forget going to the mall, we go straight to the hotel room.
Have you ever actually caught him? I mean, you know, you're talking over the internet, but do you have any further evidence that he has in fact cheated on you?
Okay, I can give you an example. When we first moved to Vegas, because we're from Detroit, I had got a government phone, a different phone, to try to see what I could do. I called his phone, I texted him, and like I was a call girl, and that I was looking to buy some porn. And basically, he decided that he wants to meet up with me, do favors for the porn, and he actually grabbed the porn, put it in his truck to go meet up with the
She the one
person.
wanted me to sell the movies.
Why would you set him up like that? Did you have some belief that he was seeing prostitutes or something? I don't understand.
Because he was online trying to meet up with different people or whatever. So
you wanted to see how far he would go.
And
so he pretended to have porn.
Yeah. So I used that. I'm like,
well, to me, that's not cheating. I mean, it's business.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, that's true. That would be fine if that's what you were trying to do, but you trying to get sex for the porn.
Oh, you offered him sex?
Yes.
For the porn, and he said okay.
Yes, and grabbed the porn and put it in his truck, and I waited 20 minutes to call to see what's he going to actually come, and he was already on the strip to meet up with me.
Mr. Miller, did you fall into that trap?
I mean, somewhat of it is true, but it's not like I was just going there for the sex.
Not just the sex.
No, I was actually going to make the money. I didn't even initiate anything. You know what I'm saying? She offered it to me, and I just said, well, we'll see what we can work out.
Not true.
You know what I'm
saying? Not true, Your Honor.
She don't necessarily hears me out. She butts in when I talk, so that just agitates.
So, like I said, I am just totally puzzled because you can get cheating, unemployed, black men at every corner. And the only reason why I'm saying black men is because this is a black dude that's with this situation. I mean, you could get them. They're at every corner. They literally are a dime a dozen. Now, my question is, why would a woman want this type of dead weight tied to her ankles before marriage? You see what he's like before marriage. This is just beyond me. It's puzzling. Now, I've had this dude say, you know, because I said that you can find a broke, unemployed dude at every corner. And what he said was you could get broke welfare collecting females with multiple ragged ass kids. So your point is, and I had to let him know, her point is that a woman is built to nurture. Let's think about that. I breastfed both my children. I nurtured them. And let's look at the way a woman's body is built. We are built to nurture. Look at our round hips. You know how you sit the baby on your hips from time to time? Our round breasts and the way we are. You know, we're built to be nurturers. We're not built to be protectors and be providers. That's not what we're built for. That's a man's job. A real man who's not living on the down low, mind you, they don't worry about whether a woman has money or what car does she drive. What they need to be concerning themselves with is she nurturing? Is she someone who can motivate me? Is she a good homemaker? Can she cook? Can she manage a home? Don't worry about how much money a woman has or if she has a job. That's not what we're really built for. Even though I highly recommend that women have their own money, have your own transportation. If you don't have a car, make sure that you have an Uber or a Lyft account. Just like people pay their car insurance, some people pay 200 a month, and then they pay gas 25 a week. That's 100. That's 300 a month. Make sure you keep at least $300 in your Uber and your Lyft account. So that's the same almost as having a car. You have your own transportation, so to speak. So for that character to sit there and worry about how much money the woman is making, that's not shouldn't be your concern about a woman making money. Because first of all, if she is working, her money should go into the bank to be saved. Like in Proverbs 31, the wife was working, but she saved her money. And you can tell that she saved because she brought land, she brought property. In order to do that, you have to save your money. He's the one who's supposed to be taking care of the bills because you have to pay the costs to be the boss. And considering he's supposed to be the head, the king of the house, he's supposed to make sure those things are taken care of. So, anyway, let's continue. So, like I said, the type of dude that you're hearing here today on divorce court, you can find this kind of brother on every corner. And I say, you know what? I'll pass. That's right. I pass. A woman who puts up with these type of things, it's obvious that she has codependency and no self-esteem. It's low to no self-esteem. So instead of jumping in looking for, I need a man, I got to have a man or a dude these days, a dude. No, she should get herself into therapy for codependency. And now the beautiful thing is they have codependency support groups on Zoom. You know, they have it on Zoom. So instead of sitting up here, you want someone to share your life with, there's nothing wrong with women helping women. There's nothing wrong with women supporting women. So before any woman goes out here jumping into these relationships, or I need a dude, like I said, the relationship rules for 2021 is make sure you have at least 2 or 3 good girlfriends for support, someone to share your life with, and then you could proceed if you still want to pursue having a dude in your life. There's nothing wrong with women helping each other, having women as roommates. Everyone on this planet, I believe, want to have someone they can share their life with, and that's understandable. But it don't have to be a dude or a man. It don't have to be. Especially when this is pretty much what's out there. My next roommate that I get, she's going to be just as amazing as my previous roommate. My previous roommate and I, we went out dancing together. We went out to movies, but she was a hard worker. She took care of her family. The way she took care of her mother and father was amazing. She treated her parents like king and queens. And when she had free time, she was usually over there. But when we was like stuck over here, we went to the movies somewhat and we went out dancing. When she first came up here, she liked to go out dancing every now and again. And she was just like the best person. And that was a female. So it don't always have to be a man. Everything is not about a man. They're not the be all to end all. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a relationship, but there's nothing wrong with women supporting women.
Big caps, really? So I'm really hoping it's not true. But it says that one time when he was out of work, you quit your job so you could stay home and keep your eye on it. Is that true?
Yes, I did once.
What kind of sense does that make?
Really?
Yes, I did.
You got kids at home?
Mm-hmm.
You lost your source of income, the way you were going to feed your children in order to keep your eye on a guy.
And I should have just got rid of him instead of just doing that. That's true.
What is it about him that would compel you to want to keep him so badly? Apparently a guy you can't trust enough to leave home alone during the day.
Well, I mean, he's a great guy besides the internet and everything else. I know it sounds crazy, but
yeah, it does sound crazy.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Mhm.
Give me 3 attributes.
Well,
We're gonna work you out, Mr. Miller.
Well,
3 attributes you like.
Well, he's good with my kids.
Good with the kids.
We have a good time if we're not into it. We do have a good time together, and he's a great person to talk to.
He's a great person to talk to. Yeah, she was
Companion.
talking to that other woman for 6 months. She enjoyed it too.
Exactly.
Doesn't it seem that you went to a lot of extreme methods to get very little?
Yes, that's why I'm here today.
Are you still considering getting married?
I'm more 75% thinking about not getting married.
Well, you say he has control issues. Tell me about his control issues.
I don't understand what type of mother quits her job, her source of income, when she has 4 children, just to stay at home so she could police and keep her eye on some dude. I don't know. Does that make sense to you, Tubies?
Not really allowed to have friends, and if I do, he has to go with me. If I go, it's no ladies' day. He has to come along with me, or he have a problem.
That ain't true, Your Honor.
Do you not allow her to go out alone?
She can go out. It's just in the beginning of this relationship, she never really tried to interact with me and her. She always hung out with all her friends. She never wanted to include me. Only thing I get included with.
You in?
Yeah, but we supposed to been trying to get to know each other, not you out here getting to know your friends better. You supposed to been trying to get to know me better.
This is 3 years.
If you understood me, then we wouldn't be in the.
Like she said, they've been with each other 3 years. How the hell do you figure we don't know each other? But that's the first thing that narcissistic men do. They want to try to isolate you. You know how they want to get you away from your friends. They mainly want to get you away from your family. They want to make sure that you're isolated so that they can treat you any way that they want to, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental abuse. And a lot of the abuse that these narcissists do is the silent treatment, or they don't give you attention or affection until you either buy them something or you do what they want you to do. And I think we all know by now that the silent treatment is a form of abuse, and it's manipulation, and it's childish. And would that ever work on Sheila Truelove? Never. Because I would give him 7 days of that silent treatment. Because 7 days, hey, I got a lot of projects that I'm working on. I need you to shut the up anyway. But after 7 days, he will find his things packed and at the door, because I'm not going to sit here and put up with manipulation and abuse just so you can have your way. No, that don't work with me. Now, we know how God feels about marriage and divorce. I may not be allowed to divorce you because you haven't committed adultery or abandonment, which abandonment, it comes in more than one ways, but we'll talk about that at another time. But I can get a separation. I'm not putting up with the foolishness because, one, I'm not a child. I'm not a child, and when you're supposed to be my partner, no, that don't work for Sheila Truelove. So no, that's crazy.
Situation we in now. If you'd have took the time out so we can spend time together and understand each other more, instead of you being out in the streets, we'd have been good. Or invite me and then we can get together out in the streets.
No.
It don't make any sense. But anyway, Mr. Miller, you say she has quite the temper. Tell me about that.
Well, she always every time she get mad, it get close to the rent time or bills or something. Everything goes bad. You know, you ain't doing this enough. You're dumb for saying this. I'm used to dealing with guys that's spend this type of money on me and buy me this and buy me flowers, take me out and do this and do that for her. And I ain't that big type of guy that got all that type of money, but I do what I can. Whatever little money that I rape and scrape out in the streets when I'm not working, I bring it home. I don't be out in the street spending no money. I spend it right there with her. Whatever it is, 100 to 200. Whatever.
Miss Tiny, do you have a bad temper?
I have an attitude problem, yes.
You have an attitude problem?
Yes.
That's so common these days, an attitude problem.
Yeah, I have an attitude problem because...
Well, I understand. I understand Mr. Miller has quite a temper himself.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of how fiery that temper can be?
Okay, an example. After I confronted him a couple of weeks ago about the emails and stuff like that he was doing, he got upset with me. Said I'm lying, I'm making stuff up. Luckily, I forwarded it from his phone to my phone. After I showed him the evidence, he acts a fool. He wants to yell, scream, slam doors. You know what I'm saying? The kid, they be looking like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't like.
You got this man slamming doors and all this other whatever around your young children. These are young children. These are not children who are emotionally or mentally equipped yet to understand all of this foolishness. That's craziness. And I'm sitting here still freaking out. You mean to tell me that this unemployed dude, that lives with you and your 4 children, he got you fired and you're still with him? Do I understand that? I don't. No, I don't understand it. But this is 2021 and going forward. Hopefully, women are waking up. I think we all know about narcissists by now. I think we know about borderline personality disorder, psychopaths, sociopaths, and all of this mental illness nonsense. I mean, come on. Huh, this is ridiculous.
Did you go ballistic when she had the evidence on you that you were actually?
I wouldn't say ballistic, like she taking it to the extent. I wasn't doing all that. Now I do get loud and yell and stuff like that just because she don't necessarily hears me out. She butts in when I talk, so that just agitates me and get me mad.
So you just basically both of them in the room just howling and fussing and carrying on.
No, he's the loud one.
I get loud because she doesn't hears me out. Listen to what I'm saying, and if I break it down to you, so you can understand where I'm coming from. But then if you ain't trying to hear me, then I gotta yell it out to you so you can understand where I'm coming from.
That helps. The yelling.
Sometimes it do.
It helps out.
Sometimes it do because then she understands me what I'm saying. I thought it broke it down in different scenarios for her because I got to break it down in about 10 different scenarios for her to understand what I'm talking about.
Breaking down and getting loud, 2 very different things. They're polar opposites.
Well,
you can't do both at the same time.
That's what he's thinking.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And he spilled the boom.
So the thing is, she's willing to take him, unemployed, cheating, hot-headed, bad temper. Like I said, non-working, that freaks me out. She rather takes this dude just because, he throws her crumbs. Every now and again, he'll give her some crumbs of attention, or he's good with the children. What do you call good with the children? He gives you a crumb of attention every now and again, and that's basically because you paying his bills. You paying all the bills. And the moment I'm sure they have money issues, he's dismissive. He is not loving towards her. I already know how this works. I know several women personally, really, who actually is living this way. And I'm praying, please, that the rules for 2021, I don't get it, You got to understand, just because you get a ring don't change a thing, baby. She's sitting up here putting all this faith in this man because she feels that he can change and he may change. What the hell?
He's trying to make him upset.
Okay. Now, every once in a while, I have to check my paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
This is a before your vows. You two are in here trying to decide whether or not you should get married. And all I know is you guys got some tacky behavior, running around, not doing the right thing. Everybody sleep with everybody else. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Why are you considering marrying Mrs. Steiner? Now let me put some parameters on that. I'm gonna ask you to take 30 seconds. I used to say 90, but I've cut it down because nobody can make it. 30 seconds and tell me why Ms. Tyner is the woman for you. All positive. Go.
Well, Miss Tyner, she's still a lovely person, regardless of the conflicts we done had. She's a great person, great personality about herself, great smile. She will get out here and work and everything. I love her kids. I love everything about her. It's just that I think that it's just I don't know. I care about her a lot. I've been with her a lot, and I care about her.
Yeah, you notice he says she'll get out there and work. That's pretty much the gist of it.
think I put a lot of my feelings in the beginning of this relationship into it so quick, and that just made me really care about her a lot more.
Okay, not bad. That would be as far, I mean, the guy going first. Yeah, trust me, that's not bad.
The thing that I noticed with him is that he wants her basically because she tolerates him. He damn well knows, Tubies, that no woman who has a healthy self esteem or who is secure and confident within herself will ever, ever want him. That's why he's with her.
It didn't feel good to you, but it's trying to get you. But once he's got you, the audition is over, and he can behave as badly as he wants to. That's how life is. Wow. That's when the flowers stop. That's when all that stuff stops. Yes. You know what I mean? Even in a good marriage. And I don't know why you get so caught up in needing him when he's not doing you right. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Mr. Miller, if she's sleeping with other people, why you want her for your wife?
I guess because we've been together for so long, and I just got so much love in this relationship and invested into this relationship. I don't know, I always wanted a wife. I always wanted somebody to just love me for me and be there.
Yeah, love me for me means I wanted somebody who's going to pay my bills and somebody who I can lay up on and I could sleep around and cheat on her. But she's so insecure and so uh, lacking in common sense. She's not going anywhere. And with her, he knows that he found that. Someone who's going to pay most of his bills and the little bitty money that he may hustle up every now and again, every blue moon. Trust me when I tell you, he's spending that on his side piece, sweetheart. Now, I have to end this because the video is over 30 minutes. But, I don't understand why so many women are desperate to get married. They need to take a look in the mirror and love the person looking back at them. You know? They have to learn how to find the love that they're looking for within themselves instead of constantly always looking for this love from someone else, someone who's always going to make you miserable. And going forward, like I said, 2021, that's what we're not going to take into 2021. This is Sheila Truelove, my tubies. Like I said, it feels good to be back with you. My whole month of December was, oh my God. Oh, it was so hectic, busy, a little depressing. Oh, it was just too much. But I'm back and I got to call up a couple of friends because they've been calling me and checking up on me and wondering why I haven't returned phone calls. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I am trying to get rid of you. Hell no. Because the friends that I have in my life, basically, I've known them from high school, and the new ones that I've met, they are amazing. It's not that I don't love or care about you. I've been just going through it. And like I said, I am in the process of interviewing new roommates and